Blabbermouths TV.
You just do it.
I think the word mature is very dangerous. I think it's just, I think that word doesn't even mean anything anymore. I think if you're trying to be mature, it's going to sound forced, and it's just going to sound like you're trying to be adult, or whatever that means. But I guess the process, it took quite a bit of time, but we recorded about 28 songs. Like in their full kind of
Actually recorded songs.
So once we had them all done, the process was pretty easy to kind of whittle that down and really kind of create a cohesive feel to the album. So
yeah, I don't think there was like a specific direction we were going in, and I think it was kind of trying to go every which way, and then pick.
I think it all came out a little more rock influenced, like, you know, very guitar driven, and that's one thing that I really loved about how the 13 kind of felt together. It was they were all very band oriented and not just you know, a vocal and a song.
Yeah, something we could pull off live.
Yeah, so. I don't think we were very worried or concerned with pretty much the outside world when we were recording. That was kind of the fun thing about the process, is that we were in such a secluded area of the country, right along the border of Juarez, Mexico, and it was on a huge farm, a huge ranch. It was like a pecan farm, and there was nobody around us, so we really didn't have anybody in mind when we were writing, and that was, I think, the healthy thing about the whole process.
I think it was just very natural and kind of just happened that way.
Yeah. So we didn't have any driving force like that was irritating us or kind of fueling the songs.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there were just a ton of songs we were trying to pick between. As we recorded, I think certain songs kind of grouped together, and we kind of had a pretty clear idea even before we had to make that final decision of what songs were going to be.
Yeah, and I think if along the line down the road we want to release the other songs that didn't make the album, so I think people will be, it'll make sense once everybody hears kind of the whole thing. Yeah, it'll make more sense as to why we chose the 13, just because the others just didn't really fit the vibe at all. So. I mean, we would have liked to put all 30 on a record and just have that be out, but I think there are a few that I know we'll try to kind of dissect and break down and maybe use parts for future songs, or just ideas. But yeah, we want to, I mean, I'd like to make a video for one of the songs, and just kind of try to release it in a manner that doesn't feel like it's another album.
Right.
But just, you know, the material that didn't make the cut, so.
I mean, I think
the approach was very different. The mindset throughout the whole thing. This time around, it was very carefree, and it was very creative.
Pressure.
Yeah, it was very, very. Like I said before, it was very healthy. We didn't have everybody telling us what to do, and
less cooks in the kitchen. We were kind of able to just,
just try anything.
Yeah, just try things. And I think that was important.
Totally. Maybe it'd be a western, an old western movie, and maybe we'd throw in.
Or like
Mel Gibson, because he's a wild card. You never know what's gonna happen when he's going at it.
Yeah, it's like an old western movie, but like on a different planet.
It's like Maverick on Mars, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess...
No one would be at the beginning of that?
No, I think Misery would be at the beginning. Didn't we write that? And Pat's? Well, I wrote that like a long time ago. I think the first one was Misery, and actually that was before we even recorded Black and White, and we didn't use it. There was, I don't know, just something didn't feel right, and then we revisited that, and it ended up making the album. The last song must have been, I guess the last song that made the record. Probably Some Days, right?
Yeah, it was pretty late. I'm trying to think of...
I think Some Days was the last one. I think that was like the last day that we were in Arizona before we left.
Right.
For the whole process, and we just, I don't know, we were feeling good that day, and we just, things came together.
A lot of songs came together really fast. I mean, you had ideas for a while, but like, you know, there were a couple days there where it just like a lot of songs came together. So
yeah,
it's kind of hard to put them in order.
Mm-hmm. I write all the lyrics, so I'm probably biased. I don't have a favorite.
I mean, I don't know if I have just a favorite off the top of my head. I think the whole album, I think, was, I guess, broadened lyrically. So I think I appreciate a lot of that.
There is we have a secret track at the very end of the album, and that one, I don't know, that one felt really good for a long time, and to actually be able to make it come to life was pretty awesome. I guess I'm learning that personalization, just when you're trying to be too broad and trying to be too relatable, I think that's when it just gets monotonous. So I really focused on trying to be as personal as I could without going into like full detail about anything, but yeah, I don't know. That was something that I was toying with on this cycle, and who knows what it'll be like in the next, couple of years. I think as the years have gone by, we've at least this past year and a half, 2 years, we've been really conscientious about really getting prepared before we go on the road, and really practicing a lot, and putting in the time and the effort. Because I feel like that's what we're trying to pride ourselves on, is being a good live band.
I think it's a trial and error kind of thing. We do stuff at sound check, sometimes on tours beforehand, and then we kind of move that into practicing at home, and we kind of, I guess it's kind of random sometimes. Like, we come up with certain songs that we feel like would be fun to change, and it's a lot of just kind of, we'll kind of build a set list of how we think songs should run into each other, and then change songs accordingly.
I think getting ready for a show it's not very extensive. It's just sitting and drinking,
jumping jacks while taking shots.
Yeah, it's not very exciting. Oh, I think that's just
a huge variety of artists.
I think just art in general is all influenced by something. There's no such thing as complete and utter originality at all. There can't be. You're inspired by everything, whether it's the sun, whether it's the grass, whether it's Leonardo da Vinci or whoever. You can never be 100% original, and I think that is like a huge misconception, and especially with like music critics and stuff like that. Like, I've said it before, we're not trying to like reinvent the wheel. it's not like we're trying to do something groundbreaking. We're trying to write music that we are true to, you know, and that we really believe in. But absolutely, I mean, Tom Petty, Bruce Springsteen, Neil Young, it's even like modern bands. But there's a huge difference from being influenced to blatantly ripping off other bands, you know. And it's not like we ever go into writing a song like, hey, we should write American Girl by Tom Petty. And the last album that we put out, when I was co-writing with people, I kid you not, that's how these people do it. And they go, we had some guy at the label go, well, yeah, these guys like Tom Petty, and so then I'd go meet at this millionaire's mansion, and you know, they've written all these huge songs, and they'll go, oh, you know, so-and-so said you guys like Tom Petty, let's write American Girl. And be like, okay, and they'll like do the drum beat, and it was just a very eye-opening experience to me, something that I never want to be a part of again. I feel like I learned a lot. I feel like there's nothing against those people because they're all very successful and, you know, they're great songwriters. It's just, it doesn't work for our band, where it does for a lot of others, you know, and a lot of other artists. But that's to answer the question, we're absolutely influenced.
That was definitely part of it.
I think subconsciously it definitely it might have been the spark that like really kind of set it all on course. But it wasn't like I really don't want to. I don't want anybody to misconstrue or perceive what we did as like something in spite of. It was really about refining ourselves and really trying to figure out what we want to be and not what everybody else wants us to be, you know, and not who everybody else thinks we are. So this isn't like revenge or vengeful or,
yeah,
you know,
this is honest.
Yeah. I don't think you can ever believe that it's gonna last for a long time, because who knows how long it will. But there are definitely points when you take a step back and I mean, like we've been doing this for 5 years, which is like insane to me, you know, and that there's times when I'm reminded of that, and there are glimpses that lead me to believe, if only for a second, that this could happen for another 5 years. But it's never like we're gonna be good for the next 10 years. You know what I mean? I think once you get complacent and you start to get those idle hands, I think that's when things really start to unravel. So I think we're just kind of continuing to work off of what we built our band around, and that's just working hard and touring all the time and writing music and really not trying to sugarcoat anything. It's not, you know, we're not the Jonas Brothers. It works for the Jonas Brothers, but we're not. We're just trying to be who we think we are. Yeah. So, I mean, if it lasts, I mean, like tonight, there's 650 people. It's sold out. I mean, they know that they're gonna hear the new record. They know what they're in for. You know what I mean? Like having them know all the factors of it's only us playing. We're playing the new record. That leads me to believe that maybe we can do this for a little while longer. So I think those are the glimpses of hope that really keep the wheels turning.
Keep working for that.
Akon, Kesha, Usher, Justin Bieber. Hey there, this is Ken, and you are watching the Blabbermouths TV!